The effectiveness of urban design and land use and transport policies and practices to increase physical activity, a systematic review, and overweight, obesity, and inactivity and urban design in rapidly. Throughout the world, many countries are experiencing a population shift from rural to urban areas. This phenomenon is called urbanization. China, for example, started to experience in recent years unprecedented rates of urbanization, which involves environmental, economic, and social changes that increase the risk for overweight, obesity, and physical inactivity. The decline of physical activity increases the risk of having health issues such as overweight and obesity that are now of growing concern in China. These can also be the result of the diets that shifted towards Western norms and now include more fat and more animal-based products and energy-dense food. Also, the cultural attitudes towards overweight in China, which makes being overweight socially acceptable. Additionally, China's one-child policy may encourage spoiling children, especially boys, with food. Transportation policies have also increasingly favored automobiles and vehicular traffic over bicycles and pedestrians. Despite the growth of transit infrastructure, public transit is often not prioritized in road space allocation. Also, the low cost of car ownership and usage while transit fares remain relatively high in most major cities makes it unable to compete with car travel in terms of speed, comfort, and flexibility. Car ownership became also a sign of personal success and social progress. In order to maintain a healthier lifestyle, governments around the world are trying to promote active living, which involves physical activity as a part of daily life, especially through walking and bicycling for transportation and recreation. To do so, a number of different methods are being used worldwide in order to boost and increase physical activity on 3 different major scales: a community scale, urban design and land use policies and practices, a street scale, urban design and land use policies, and finally, transportation and travel policies and practices. Starting from a large scale, the aim of community scale, urban design, and land use policies and practices is to create livable communities. To achieve so, communities need to be designed within walking distances from shopping, school, and job places. Therefore, street and sidewalk connectivity need to be improved. More green spaces need to be created and preserved and improve the aesthetic quality of the built environment in general. Funding availability can also affect urban design and land use regulations, policies, and practices, which would result in increased pedestrian safety. This would also encourage more people to walk, improving their fitness and reducing the risk of pedestrian injuries. Additionally, more people walking or cycling means less cars on the streets, which would have positive impact on the environment as well. Unfortunately, the implementation of these policies cannot always be possible due to different barriers, such as the lack of effective communication between different professional groups: urban planners, architects, transportation engineers, public health professionals, and etc., or the cost of remodeling, retrofitting existing communities. On street-scale urban design and land use policies, the scale of implementation is relatively smaller than community scale. It includes features such as improved street lighting or infrastructure projects that increase the ease and safety of the street crossing, ensure sidewalk continuity, introduce or enhance traffic calming such as center islands or raised crosswalks, or enhance the aesthetics of the street area such as landscaping. Similar to community-scale intervention, these interventions can also face similar limitations and barriers. Finally, for Turkey, what can be done is a successful promotion and an active design for active living, interventions that strive to improve pedestrians, transit and light rail access, increasing the cycling activity and safety, having a great urban design plan, which includes proper bike lanes, sidewalks, subsiding transit passes will help people to move more, to walk more, and have an active life.